Hello everyone, I'm the Whisky Enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a single cask. It should have been ours, but it's not going to be ours. It's going to be a normal release because it's Roy's Aqvavitae Loch Lomond single cask. He released two at the same time in August 24 or early September 24. I grabbed the 12-year-old one. I'll show you the one. The first will bourbon, barflies, and Roy's logo. Yeah, and this is just a thank you to Roy for everything he does for the whiskey community, for the Whiskey Tube, for the bloggers, for Dramface, for his V-pubs, for the Oswas, for everything he does to elevate this community, to add more stuff to this community and the value he brings and the light he shines on us. So thank you, Roy. Thank you. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. And yeah, he needs a shout out from me. But yeah, as a thank you to have his very, very fine whiskey. So what we have here is a Loch Lomond 12-year-old distilled in 2011. Wow, sorry about that. And first fill bourbon barrel is one of 277 bottles. And of course, it's natural color and cask strength and non-chill filtered and unpeated. And yeah. Now, so what we do with these bottles, especially, I mean, this I bought myself, but because this is never gonna come to Turkey, and I have friends who love whiskey, what I do is with these special bottles, I get them and we sit down together, 8, 10, 12 friends, we have some, we talk about it, and then everyone gets a little sample and goes home to try it more. Sharing is caring, whiskey is always better shared, and I know Roy would appreciate this. So 277 bottles weren't gonna last anyway. So I shared it with my friends, hence the empty bottle, but that's my last remnant of my of the sample. So a single cask 2000, it's the same one. Specialty is this is made with chardonnay yeast, and Roy loves it. He's talked about it on the Dramface podcasts a lot. And so this one and its sister cask that he bottled at the same time is the two of the ones that were not picked from his original 10-year-old cask that was made with chardonnay yeast. The other 14-year-old was, I think, Michael Henry's pick, and this is the next one. So I have not tried the 14-year-old, but I know both of them are very, very good. I mean, I heard the 14-year-old is very good, but I know this one is very good. I'll tell you a quick thing about chardonnay yeast. It's basically designed, I have notes there, designed for fermenting white wines, particularly Chardonnay. It's known for producing clean, fruit-forward, and creamy characteristic in wines. And you get fruitier notes, creamy, buttery texture, citrus and floral accents. It's a bit more estery, which gives a more fruity complexity, and nutty and sometimes almond and waxy characters the Chardonnay yeast can impart on the whiskey. Now, I have a friend who knows his whiskey. We've visited so many distilleries together. He's gone to shows with me. He's on our club, he does tastings, he drinks a lot of whiskey, there are a lot of good whiskey. He's never enjoyed Loch Lomond before. He's not enjoyed, Loch Lomond is not for him. Whether peated, unpeated, he just did not enjoy the spirit until this one. He loved it. He was like, oh my God, this is so good, this is what it's supposed to be. So apparently, Chardonnay yeast is his thing. So he thanks you too, Roy. All right, Aqvavitae single cask 12-year-old first fill bourbon, bottled at 53.1% ABV on the nose. Oh, it's very zesty, super effervescent, incredibly floral, very fresh, like green apples when you bite into it. All that spray of the fresh apple, cold green apple. Then a lot of pineapple notes. Very caramelly, very buttery. Incredible vanilla notes. Like it's oozing vanilla. That ex-bourbon really shines. With lemon rind, orange oil, some herbal notes, some mint. So fresh. But at the same time, very creamy, buttery, and caramelly. It's beautiful, beautiful notes. On the palate, I mean, come on. I think Roy knows his whiskeys. It's fantastic. It's what you want from a first fill bourbon, 12 years, 53.1% ABV. It's good one, right? Yeah. It's a good ABV. It has heft, it has spice, but I don't want to dilute it because it feels so well balanced. The fresh floral and effervescent notes on the palate continue, get a bit more fizzy now, but the caramel note is overcompassing. The vanilla note is just popping. You have ginger notes there, and then you have the apple and pear and pineapple. And on the finish, you get in churrascarias, Brazilian steakhouses, at the end, they give you a pineapple on a skewer, vertical, and then they cover it with cinnamon, and then they put it as like a, Turkish döner. It's over around a fire, so the cinnamon gets caramelized, cinnamon and honey gets really burnt. So the pineapples outside is really crisp, burnt and caramelized, but the inside is still fresh and fruity, and that pineapple strong, zesty and juicy character. It's incredible. The spice and the sweetness and the juiciness of it, it's amazing. It's one of the most well-balanced whiskeys I had. It's absolutely beautiful. For a 12-year-old whiskey, probably the best. It's so good. I mean, nose is just shining ex-bourbon, first fill ex-bourbon. Took really the character with the fresher and effervescent notes on the bottom. Minty, herbal, eucalyptus, those kinds of notes. Even a hint of lavender at the bottom end, but the top note is always vanilla, caramel, a little bit of banana, and some chocolate. But on the palate, second time round, even more sweet now. But vanilla sweetness, caramel sweetness, bourbon sweetness, with nice ginger notes. And the pear and apple note is there. The finish is pineapple, chocolate, cinnamon. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see what Roy said. Opens with caramel and pineapple, fresh and natural vanilla, then grapefruit, citrus, and ginger spice. There's a toffee sweetness on the oily palate with crisp green pear and gooseberry. I'm not familiar with gooseberry. Then some vanilla syrup and sherbet fizz before a long finish with powdery icing sugar and freshly squeezed lime juice. So quite similar notes. The pineapple is more pronounced for me. He didn't say anything mentally, but everyone's palate is different. I do not want to add water to this. It's not deserving that. It's really good. It's really good. I'm not going to touch this beautiful, beautiful whiskey. Right. That was it from me. Like I said, this was just a thank you to Roy for everything he does for this community. And I love to be a part of this whiskey tube. Thank you all for all your support to me, to all the other tubers, and to Roy to keep this, community alive. I've not met him face to face yet, but hopefully one day. Roy, cheers. Thank you very much for everything you're doing. Thank you very much for this whiskey. I'd like to see more of it. Guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot. And I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers.